I'm receiving an update every morning from our leaders who are talking to both our clients and the insurers. Our clients are normally the corporations, and I'll say our clients on the other side are insurers as well as other capital providers, because there are other investors in this market as well. It is no doubt, we all have family and friends who have been impacted by the California wildfires. There's no doubt that this is likely going to be the highest loss wildfire since the 2018 Camp Fire in California. Right now, the latest estimates I saw today internally was somewhere between 22 to $40 billion in loss associated with this. Some other estimates are as high as $50 billion here. So what we are helping our clients and our partners with, after taking care of our colleagues and associates, is helping them determine what that loss is, what they have in terms of insurance coverage associated with that loss, so they can get on this road to rebuilding there in California.
Do most of them have enough insurance, or a lot underinsured?
Well, you know that first there's this huge mega trend of climate wildfires as a part of it. And in these particular geographies, California and Florida, I would say those markets have been difficult insurance markets, where some providers have actually been pulling out because they can't price for the cost of this insurance. And so I think this is going to be a challenge. You're going to see that the insurance first globally. In the U.S., there's a higher percentage of losses that are covered by insurance, but globally, about 30% of economic losses are covered by insurance. So there's a lot to be insured. What Aon does is look to bring capital providers in, use our data, our modeling to be able to price that so that those providers can have a return, and our corporate clients as well as consumer clients can have insured on the properties they have. I think there's a challenge here. That's what we're doing, figuring out the losses and helping to bring those two components together, pricing that risk.
Edmund, we talked about climate change as one of the risks. You're also operating in other areas. I know that you mentioned cyber and AI being other risks as well. Can you talk a little bit about those? Yeah,
well, even stepping back from climate, that's one of what I would call 4 megatrends. The other 4, and one of them is in the area you're talking about, is technology. The other, so weather or climate, the workforce, so our people, we did a study that said 66% of the folks are expected to change jobs this year. We don't have to talk about workforce. But trade and technology are the other 2. And the 2 that you just mentioned, AI and cyber, is a big one in technology. The average cyber event are costing corporations over $4.5 million right now. And with the proliferation of data, the need to be able to store it, the need to be able to keep it secure, this is becoming an increasing risk for corporations. Obviously, it's an opportunity. You can drive productivity, you can drive revenue and growth, but it's also a risk. And so you called us a brokerage company. Yes, we are brokering the placement of insurance with capital providers, but we're also advising and consulting and providing counsel. In fact, we're one of the highest fee-based insurance brokerage companies because of this advice and counsel. So AI and cyber we see as an increasingly growing category. It's growing faster. The prices maybe in cyber are coming down, but the amount of limit, the amount of exposure that companies have are increasing. Up. So we're seeing growth in that. Wow.
Well, so how specifically do you work with clients to adapt to these new risks that you speak of? We talk wildfire. Yeah. We have geopolitical risk as well. Yeah. Cyber risk, which you just mentioned. What specifically are you doing to adapt?
I
to
love
these?
the question because you guys are hitting on each one. I'll give you an example to explain. You just said geopolitical. I think it's been reported on. Aon helped place over I'll use Ukraine as an example. Obviously, the geopolitical risk going on there, the war, the tension, the tariffs. We did, I think, what was the first of its kind, help place $465 million of public and private insurance to come into that market to incentivize corporations to come in and build and help with the infrastructure as we look to recover on that. So that's what we're doing. We are sitting, what specifically are we doing? We're sitting between investors, because it's not just an insurance company underwriting. We're sitting between insurers. We're sitting with reinsurers. Insurers also want insurance because they don't want all of that risk on their balance sheet. And then we're sitting between the corporations and saying, here's the risk. It might be unique risk. It might be easily placed risk. But here's capital priced the right way based on the unique data that we have, given that we are the second largest brokerage firm here, one of the leading brokerage firms here. We place that we provide the data and the modeling to help match those two. There's a saying we say at Aon that capital will not go where it's not priced correctly, where it can't be profitable. And so we play that role coming in place.
How about cat bonds? We talked about that earlier this week.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that business for you?
Yeah, I mean, cat bonds is a
catastrophic bonds for anyone
bonds, catastrophic bonds, driven by the Hurricane Andrew back in, years ago. It's a subsegment of what we call insurance-linked securities. So if you think about investors investing in the marketplace, they are often looking for uncorrelated risk, and insurance is a place where they can have that. The cat bonds, you're setting up a special vehicle in the center where investors can put in premium, insurance can pay them a coupon on that, and if the risk reaches a specific parameter, it's paid out. That has just been growing. It's at its highest level right now. I think in 2023 it was up to $17 billion in new place risk. The overall outstanding is at its highest level as well, and we are the leading. Aon is the leading brokerage placing cat bonds in the market right now.
Edmund, we only have about 30 seconds left here, and I was talking with a member of our insurance coverage team and said that a different insurance broker recently said this is as risky as the world has ever been, with increased geopolitical and cyber risk at the forefront. We've only got about 25 seconds. How would you say this world is when it comes, on a scale of 1 to 10 in terms of risk?
Risk is only increasing, which means the demand for our products and services is increasing. We take it very seriously, our position to be able to help put capital next to that risk as well, because we got to help our corporations.